what if ultimately they say it's just not going to happen? It's a no. Look, I'm just not going to do it.
But I see a lot of sales people do because they're looking at a job. They're not looking at it like, hey, I'm doing this to get free. So I'm setting this up for the long term to set me up to be free, right? Is look, and if they go, no, I'm not interested, I could care less. This is it. I go, hey, you know what? I get it. I mean, timing is everything, right? And this is so important. This is where so many people because don't be lazy here. I go, no, I get it. I get it. Timing is everything, right? You must absolutely must get some kind of confirmation from them. Don't roll on because that's no different than doing a presentation. If you just roll on through your questions, yeah, because some of them are rhetorical, absolutely, but I still want you to interact with me, right? And I go, hey man, I get it. Timing is everything, right? Yeah, it's everything. So you know what I'll do? Why don't we do this? I'm gonna buy my 12 pack of banquets right now. When I come in and see you next month when I'm on vacation, I'm going to talk to you about this again because I'll be buying more banquet from you. And you'll go, oh, all right. And then I'm going to wear him down. He's going to love me. He's going to go, man, this kid, I'm not a kid, but to him, anybody's a kid. But he's going to go, I like this guy because he doesn't right. He asks the questions right. He waits for me to respond. He doesn't talk over me. He does it right. And every time I'm picking up just a little bit more. Maybe it's not inventory. Maybe he's got these young kids that work here in the summer and they're never on time. He needs a time management clock for them because he doesn't know when they're here, not here. There's so many different things to uncover, but you have to be patient. Rome was not built in a day, right? So you
So
have to be
let's say you're
patient.
not on vacation next month again. Let's say you're not back for a year. What do you do in the meantime?
Drip market on them.
So how do you set that up?
Well, I go, hey, you know what? I get it. Timing's everything. Let me do this. Do you have a card? Let me get your information. I'm going to leave you mine. And then hopefully I try to get their email. And sometimes they're closed off to it. But then I might drop the guy a call 2 or 3 months from now. And I might, or whenever's appropriate. And by the vibe, right? The vibe. Like if you're connecting and it's cool, I might just call him a couple times and then I'm just going to, hey, give me your email. I wanted to send this over to you. And I go, oh, he'll give it to me over the phone if he wouldn't give it to me up front. And then I'm just going to drip market on him. And then like a month before I go down there on vacation again, I'm going to call him, hey, old timer, what's up, man? How you doing? Great. How's fishing? Wow, I'm coming down there again. You got any banquets left? Ha, 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 I got you got to play all this stuff out, dude. I mean, people are so face value. I think today they don't think through like, it's like, and I've never played chess actually, but I understand the concept behind chess is that I'm trying to think 90 moves ahead of the other guy, right? I'm trying to see all this. That's what it is in life. Is the farther ahead that you can see and anticipate how things roll out, the more successful you're going to be. But you got to be patient, let them unfold too. You can't rush this
Yeah.
stuff. Do it right. If you do it right, the door's always open for you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And when you want to get them on your list to drip market, like, I usually start with the same sort of words Chuck says. Hey, I understand timing's not right. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just stay in contact? Because that way, when you wake up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat and go, oh man, I really want to get a hold of John because I had a call with my provider and I hate them. That
Right.
what a horrible experience. Screw you. And so when I go, I understand timing's not right, but you know what? How about we keep in contact? Because you ever said no to like tomorrow, say yes? Something comes up. You wake up at 3 in the morning. You go, oh, I really got to get a hold of John. How do you get a hold of me? Let's exchange emails, and I'll drop you something now and again. I'm not going to send you advertising or spam you stuff. Don't worry about it. Just maybe little stories of what's going on. Maybe there's another liquor store over in Sabika, who had a similar experience. You go, oh man, I never thought of that. So it's just stuff like that. Makes sense? Yeah, okay. And then so it's casual. It's not. It's not. And so when you want to right. You want to. Yeah. The better you can roll with that and become, understand who you're dealing with, and play that. You know, it's like you don't play
Hmm.
you play them, right? You this
Right.
mirror image thing is what you do. You see politicians kind
Yes.
of do it. You know,
Yeah.
who is the most recent what was the Harris, when she's running for, you know, she got all kinds of flack for sounding like she was from the South and the
Hmm.
Northeast and the surfer, you know, and a deer hunter and all the things she sounded like, you know. But that's, you know, she does that because as a effect, and you don't do it so it's really obvious, right?
Right.
But you sort of mold yourself, but you roll with it. You can imagine, like Chuck said, and the saying there is the further ahead you can see, the more successful you'll be. And so he's saying that. So you know, you see ahead, you know, how you're playing this with this person, and it's not like you're playing them. You just, you know, sometimes, you know, this is human nature stuff you're dealing with, and so you
Right.
need to, if you're different from them, people, birds of a feather flock together. People like people who are like
Hmm.
them, and
Hmm.
so the more you can have his sort of humor or her sort of humor or their sort of dialect or lingo without being obvious and they're
Right.
going, what a faker, you know, the more they're going to appreciate you. So there's that whole piece of things, but it's, you know, it's it's more having a good conversation, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't pan out, you go, let's stay in
Yeah.
contact, and you know, when at 3 in the morning when you need me, you know how to get a hold of me.
Well, and two, like when you like, you know, I'll say things like, in older people and remember this, but in the old movies, you know, it's like your lips say no, but your eyes say yes. You know, and then they laugh. They laugh. They go, oh, okay, all
Yeah.
right. You know, so I've always tried to use like levity. I want
And
to
when
get you
Chuck
all.
says that, usually he's
I'm
swaying.
kind of, hey, hey. No, I'm not. But be fun, because if you make that a pleasurable experience, that interaction is pleasurable, then they'll remember you, right? So when you
Yeah.
are in there or you do call them on the telephone, you're not like, "Who are you?" No, I don't remember that. You go, "Yeah, dude, I was in there." No, dude, I got a lot of guys that come in here. Yeah, but not like me,
Yeah.
right? So you've got to be different,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Different in a good sort of way.
Right.